What's up, senior literature? Happy Friday. It's Coach Hall with you back in the bunker here, back inside today. Pollen, I don't know if you guys have been outside. Pollen is brutal today. I just did some workout outside and pulled up some of those weeds you saw in the background of my video yesterday. And man, I had to take a shower. I had to go below my nose, and I'm sure that's too much information for you. But anyway, back inside today, man. I don't want to ruin my computer with pollen. Only thing I want to talk to you guys about today are the three themes because I had a couple of questions about those. The three themes. The first theme you could have chosen is denial of dreams. Denial of dreams, think of denial of dreams as the dream deferred for different characters in the play. Troy, let's start with him. His dream, he'll never admit it. But his dream, based off that conversation he has with Bono and Lyons at the end of the first act, which is a scene, honestly, that's a discussion we really need to go back to, and we will next week. But go back to Troy when he starts talking about his childhood and his father and spending time in prison. And he's from Louisiana, so he's from old school, segregated South. I'm sorry, Mobile. He's from Alabama, close to Louisiana. And he had a dream to play baseball, and that was denied him. And now he has become the denier of dreams. Specifically, Corey, you're going to find some good denial of dream stuff with Rose as well, though, between Troy to Rose in the second act. I don't know if you guys watched that movie yet or not, but man, Rose has a powerful scene in Act 2. And we see that Rose has given up a lot by putting up with Troy all these years. Corey doesn't get to play college football. He doesn't get to even finish playing high school football. Lyons is the only one that has set out away from Troy and shown his independence he wanted to become a musician, and he knew he wasn't going to make a lot of money doing it, but guess what? Lyons did it anyway. And you could see that kind of gets at Troy a little bit. Troy wasn't able to pin down Lyons, and he's getting another chance to pin down one of his children now in Corey, and he's doing a much better job at fencing. The name of the play is Fences for a reason. At fencing in Corey. Speaking of fencing, freedom versus protection, that theme, Troy thinks he's doing what is best for his family. Troy will probably tell you he's father of the year. Not because he loves Corey. Go back to the "Why don't you like me" scene. No, but because he thinks he's doing what's best for Corey. And Corey's too young and stupid to know. Well, the fencing in comes back into play here. What Troy is really doing is fencing everyone out. Maybe except for Bono, although you'll see in the second act that changes a little bit too. But he would refer to it as fencing everyone in with him, protecting them. But all he's really doing is preventing other people from getting what they want. And he's also, we see a lot of selfishness in Troy, and then the freedom versus protection theme. And then my favorite is the third theme, and that's family dynamics. Family dynamics, all you're looking at there is the relationships amongst the family members. I like to bring Gabriel in for this theme, Troy's brother, who has a plate in his head. And if you've seen the movie or the play, you kind of know that Gabriel has some problems since coming back from war. And Troy kind of had to take care of him, but honestly, Troy really takes advantage of him. Yeah. Troy takes advantage of him. Gabriel came back with injuries and didn't know how to spend his money, so Troy basically got power of attorney and was able to spend Gabriel's money for him. And by that, Troy really has kind of inherited that. He talks about what a working man he is, but he's a fraud. Troy is, because he's also living off the GI Bill that is Gabriel's. Gabriel went to war, not Troy. Look at Troy and Rose, that husband-wife. Not exactly the healthiest relationship, although in Act 1, that's probably the most healthiest. Troy and his son Corey, Troy and his other son from a different woman, not Rose's son, lions. And then look at how all those interactions work. They're all different, unique vessels, and how those unique vessels interact with one another. So I hope that clarifies some things as far as theme goes. Please remember, you're picking one of those, and that's your theme. So if you're like, Coach, you're so right about denial of dreams, that means denial of dreams for scene 1, denial of dreams for scene 2, denial of dreams for scene 3, so on and so forth. Don't do what I'm sure some kids are doing. Okay, the kids that don't know how to pay attention to directions. Some kids are probably doing, okay, for scene 1, I'm going to do freedom versus protection, but then scene 2 is really more about family dynamics. And scene 3, I'm going to do denial. Don't do that to yourself. You're costing yourself 50% for each scene by doing that. If you do that for every single scene, the best you can do is a 50. So please don't do that to yourself. Although some of you are probably going to earn a 0 on this because I haven't heard from you. But again, I've hit on that a few times already this week. So anyway, that's all. I want to talk to you guys about those 3 themes. I hope you're enjoying the play. I did upload a different version of the play, a screenplay, on the blog today. And it reads, some of you have a hard time with the PDF that I sent out because some of it's photocopied. I found the screenplay on a different website, and it reads like a script. So it's longer, but it really isn't. It's just that everything is much more spaced out. Those of you reading on your phone, you're probably going to prefer that version. So check that out for the rest of the act and for Act 2. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always happy to hear. I don't know if you guys understand this, but I actually like hearing from you on Remind. I love when you comment on my videos, even when you're just basically making fun of me, which is okay, I guess, to a point, and or emailing me, of course. Get this work in. Remember, when in doubt, remind. You can copy the work and send it to me that way through Remind instead of emailing if you're uncomfortable with emailing me about it because maybe it'll get lost or whatever. Also, nothing wrong with, hey, Coach, I just sent you my Act 1 journal. Can you just confirm that you got it? Send, and I will get back to you. If I see it, I'll tell you, yes, I got it. One student the other day, I realized that I had not gotten anything from her at all, but she had been doing all the work. And so what she did was, and you know who you are, she sent me about 20 texts through Remind of the screenshot of every part of her activist project and every part of her Real Women Have Curves study guide. If that's, honestly, it's annoying, but if that's what it takes, better you do that than get 0 for work you've done. So anyway, that's all I have for you. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'm sure you heard that we're not going to be in school until April 24th, I think, at earliest. Maybe April 27th, that I think is a Monday. I don't have to look at my calendar. And, you know, it's no vacation for me, I'll put it that way. And I hated to hear that. I wasn't surprised to hear that, but I hated to hear that because this is so much better. I don't know if you agree, but this is so much better with us in the classroom together because I can help you. You know, I feel very distant from you guys. That's why I like to do these videos, even if there's only a couple of you watching. You know, I feel separated from you guys, and you know, I don't know, maybe we should do a Zoom. Is that stupid? Or maybe we should do a Zoom meeting, like on Wednesdays at noon or something, instead of a video on Wednesdays. Instead of a YouTube video on Wednesdays, maybe we should do like a Wednesday Zoom meeting, and if you want to come, you can come, and we could talk about all of this stuff. We could talk about fences for an hour if you want to. Anyway, let me know what you think about the Zoom thing. I just thought about that. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe that's what we should be doing. A lot of classes are doing that. In fact, you may be doing that in some of your other classes. I don't know. That way we can all see each other at least and talk. Anyway, I'm not going to go over 10 minutes. I know I'm close. So anyway, have a good weekend. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.